Hi dear friends, welcome to Ganesh Sir's mathematics class, the easiest way to learn mathematics. Well, today I am going to teach a very important concept in trigonometry, that is particular solution and general solution, which is the last part of trigonometry where most of the students are getting confusions. Well, before to start exactly with this one, I want to tell some basics for you, which are very necessary to understand these concepts. The basics includes the first one, the angles. I mean to say trigonometry functions standard angles like sine, cos and tan, and we have the angles, standard angles 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degrees. Sine 0 is 0, sine 30 is half, this is 1 by root 2, this is root 3 by 2 and 1. And I hope all of you know how to write the cos. You just need to reverse the order where you get the cos. This is root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and this is 0. To write the values for tan, you just need to divide sine and cos, because we know tan is nothing but sine by cos. So 0 by 1 gives you 0. This is 1 by root 3 and this is 1. This is root 3 and this is not defined. So first thing is you should be comfortable with this table, otherwise it's very difficult to understand the particular solutions. One more important thing here is the angles which are in degrees, you should be always knowing the angles also in radians, because most of the times in general solutions and particular solutions, instead of degrees we are going to deal with radians. So as you know, 0 degree is nothing but 0 radians, and 30 degree is pi by 6, 45 degrees pi by 4, 60 degrees pi by 3 and 90 degrees pi by 2 radians. And also you should be knowing one more thing, that is 180 degree is nothing but pi radians and 270 degrees is equal to 3 pi by 2, because 1 pi by 2 is 90 degree, 90 into 3 is nothing but 270 degree and 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radians. So these are the first basics that you should know. After that, you should know the trigonometric functions values in different coordinates. Andre, if I have a Cartesian system wherein the positive x-axis, this is 0 degree and this is 90, or we can write as pi by 2, and this is 3 pi by 2, sorry, this is pi and this is 3 pi by 2 and this is equal to 2 pi. 0 degree and 360 degree both are one and the same, and this is, we call it as the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant and this is fourth quadrant. And there is a rule which says A S T C rule, which means that in the first quadrant all trigonometry functions will be positive. In the second quadrant, sine and cosec, these two will be positive. In the third quadrant, tan and cot will be positive, and the fourth quadrant, cos and sec will be positive. So this is the one thing you should know. Please pause the video to note it down. Friends, the third basics, which is really important, is, it's already written on the board. Let me explain you that. The first one is sine pi minus theta is equal to sine theta, cos 2 pi minus theta is equal to cos theta, and tan pi plus theta is equal to tan theta. It's very easy to understand and it's very easy to remember also, because as you can see, pi means 180 degree, 180 minus theta will be in second quadrant, and we know that in second quadrant sine will be positive. So for sine we got exactly sine with the plus sign. 2 pi minus theta which will be in the fourth quadrant, because 2 pi minus theta will be in the fourth quadrant, and we know in fourth quadrant cos will be positive, so we have written positive. Tan pi plus theta, pi is here, plus theta means will come in third quadrant, and third quadrant tan is positive. So these are first three cases. In the second three cases, I'll go with the negative signs, because let's understand this one. Sin pi plus theta, pi is here, plus theta means third quadrant, and I know that in third quadrant sin will be minus. Same way, 2 pi minus theta, 2 pi which is here, theta which will come here because of minus sign, and we know in the fourth quadrant sin will be minus. Same way for cos, as I know cos will be negative in the second quadrant and in the third quadrant, so therefore I have written cos pi minus theta and pi plus theta. This is in second quadrant, this is in third quadrant, that's why I got minus sign. The same case goes for tan also. Tan is negative in the second quadrant and in the fourth quadrant, so therefore tan pi minus theta, which comes in second quadrant, that's why I got negative. Tan 2 pi minus theta, which is in fourth quadrant, that's why tan is minus. So here one thing you should understand, you should know carefully, that is in all the cases I have taken pi and 2 pi. Other than that I never took pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Andre 90 degree ಮತ್ತು 270 degree na touch ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Only we have to take this horizontal line. Andre well friends, now let's go to the exact questions from the exercise. The question says find the principal solutions of the following equations. First let's understand what is the meaning of principal solutions. The solutions, the values in fact lying between 0 to 2 pi means one full circle. So we need to get the answer for this equation in the angles between 0 to 2 pi. So this is called as principal solutions. So let's understand how can we solve this problem. So as I know that tan x equal to root 3, tan will be positive in the first quadrant and in the third quadrant. So I should get two answers for this particular equation. One first should be in the first quadrant, means the value of the angle will be from 0 to 90 degree, and the second answer should be from in the third quadrant from pi to 3 pi by 2 or 180 degree in the 270 degree. So let's see how we can solve this one. So as I know from the basics that tan x is equal to this root 3 will be tan pi by 3, sorry, because I know tan 60 degree is nothing but root 3. So one answer, so therefore one answer is pi by 3. But as I said, I should get one more answer which should be in the third quadrant, and how to get that, that's a very important thing here. As I told you in the basics that tan theta is nothing but tan pi plus theta, because in the third quadrant also we'll get the same answer. So tan pi by 3 can also be written in the way that tan pi plus pi by 3. Just observe the two lines here, that theta, in the place of theta I have pi by 3, in the place of theta I have pi by 3. So therefore tan pi by 3 should be always equal to tan, if I take the LCM, 3 ones are 3, 3 pi plus pi, that is 4 pi by 3. So therefore the other value of the x will be 4 pi by 3. So therefore the principal solutions are, one is pi by 3 which is in the first quadrant, and 4 pi by 3 which is in the third quadrant. Please pause the video to note it down. Let's go to the second question friends, that is sec x is equal to 2. Here you should know one basics, that sec and cos are reciprocal to each other. So we'll change the question. We will write this as cos x is equal to 1 by 2. Both are one and the same. Just by using the basics, we can write the basics here. Cos x is nothing but 1 by sec x. Well, now I know that cos will be positive in the first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So I should get two answers, first one in the first quadrant and second one in the fourth quadrant. Getting the value of first quadrant is very easy because we know the table, and we can write this as cos x is equal to cos of which angle is 1 by 2. Again, cos 60 will be 1 by 2, so the answer will be cos pi by 3. So therefore one answer could be x equal to pi by 3. And we know from the basics that cos of theta is equal to cos of 2 pi minus theta. Just now in the basics I told you, because 2 pi minus theta which comes in the fourth quadrant, and the fourth quadrant cos is positive, so we can write this as cos of pi by 3 is equal to cos of 2 pi minus pi by 3, which we can write as cos pi by 3 is equal to cos of, if I take the LCM, 3 to the 6 pi minus 1 pi is nothing but 5 pi by 3. So therefore the principal solutions are, one is pi by 3 and the other angle is 5 pi by 3, which is in the first quadrant and this is in the fourth quadrant. Please pause the video to note it down. Let's go to the next question. Cosec x is equal to minus 2, which is really interesting question. Please observe it carefully. As I know, again, I'm not going to deal with cosec x because I'm not comfortable with it. So I'll change cosec x into sin x, and we can write this as sin x is equal to minus half. The reason because cosec x is nothing but 1 by sin x. These are reciprocal to each other. So now, as I know that sine of which angle will give me 1 by 2. Let's not bother about minus sign. We'll only take the 1 by 2 part. So sine of 30 degrees 1 by 2. So I can write this as sine of pi by 6. Well, this is the first case now. Now let's go back to the basics which I told you. That is sine of minus sine theta is equal to, or else we can write in a better way, that is sine of pi plus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Why I am using this basics? Because I have got minus sign and I should see where will be sign minus. Sign will be minus in the third quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So for that I have to use this basics, and along with that one more, that is 2 pi minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. As I can see that I got minus answer. I should get, because sine is minus in the third and the fourth quadrant. So with using this basics I can write sine of pi plus, in the place of theta you just need to write pi by 6. So this is pi by 6, which is equal to minus sine pi by 6, and which gives me the answer as sine of 6 pi plus pi, that is 7 pi by 6 is equal to minus sine pi by 6 is a one answer, and the other one will be sine 2 pi minus pi by 6, which is equal to minus sine pi by 6, which gives me the answer as sine of 6 2s are 12, 12 pi minus pi, which is equal to 11 pi by 6, which is equal to minus sine pi by 6. So now, therefore, the principal solutions are, one is 7 pi by 6, which is in the third quadrant, and another is 11 pi by 6, which is in the fourth quadrant. So this is a very important question. You can say you have to be very careful when you are using these two basics. Please pause the video to note it down. Well friends, now let's go to the general solutions. To solve problems on general solutions, you should be knowing these three formulas. The formula says, if you have sin x equal to sin y as the equation, then I can write the solutions as x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y, where n belongs to integer. The same goes for cos and tan. You have to remember the formulas to solve the problems. So let's take the first question. The first question says, find the general solutions of the equation cos 4x is equal to cos 2x is the question. Well, so if I see the question and I see the formulas, definitely this particular question will fit into the second formula. So I can write that in the place of c, in the place of x, they wrote x, and in the place of y they wrote y. So let me see what I have in the place of x and y respectively. So in the place of x I have 4x. So let me write this as 4x is equal to, they are written 2n pi. So let me write 2n pi plus or minus, in the place of y I have 2x. So let me write 2x. Now let me put two cases because I have plus or minus 1, plus or minus. So in the first case, I'll take the positive value, that is 2n pi plus 2x. In the second case, I'll take the negative value, that is 2n pi minus 2x. So let me solve this one now. Plus 2x comes this side. So this is 4x minus 2x is equal to 2n pi. This is 2x is equal to 2n pi, or x is equal to 2n pi, this 2 comes this side, becomes division, or x is equal to n pi, where n belongs to z. So now in the second case, if minus 2x comes this side, so this will be 4x. So 4x plus 2x is equal to 2n pi, and this is 6x is equal to 2n pi, and x equal to 2n pi divided by 6, or x equal to 2 ones are 2 threes are, so n pi by 3, where n belongs to z. This will be the answer, friends. So please pause the video to note it down. So let's go to the next question. The next question says, sin 2x is equal to, sin 2x plus cos x is equal to 0. To solve this particular question, along with this basics, you should know one more basics. That is, sin 2x can be written as, 2 sin x into cos x, and this cos x as it is, which is equal to 0. So it's better if we write the reason here, that is sin 2x is equal to 2 sin x and cos x. So now if I see both the terms, the first term and second term, I can see that cos x is repeating, so we can take it common. So if I take cos x as common, I'll be left with 2 sin x and plus 1 is equal to 0. Why 1? Because cos x has been out. So now this, as you know, one more basics from your schools, that if you have an equation something like this equal to 0, and we usually write this as x plus 3 is equal to 0, and we write x plus 5 is equal to 0, and this one I'll write x equal to minus 3, and this is x equal to minus 5. Exactly on the same lines, we use this equation and we write cos x equal to 0 could be one solution, and 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0 could be another solution. So let's solve it carefully. We'll take the first one, that is cos x is equal to 0. I can write 0 as cos of pi by 2 because I know cos 90 will be equal to 0. Why I am writing this? Because as I can see in the formulas, if I have cos on the other side, the other side should be again cos. So that's why instead of 0 I wrote cos pi by 2. Now I can easily compare these two and I can write x is equal to, just by looking this one, I can write 2n pi and plus or minus, in the place of y I have pi by 2, so let me write pi by 2. So this is the first solution. Now let's go to the second one, that is 2 sin x plus 1 is equal to 0, or we can write 2 sin x is equal to minus 1 because plus 1 goes that side, becomes minus 1, and sin x is equal to minus half because 2 comes here. Now again we should go to the basics now. Minus pi by 2, I can write this as sin x is equal to, let me write minus as it is, instead of 1 by 2 I can write it as sine of pi by 6 because I know 30 degrees nothing but 1 by 2. So now I have two options here. One is, I know one more basics, that is sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. मतलब minus sign ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ we can take it inside also. So what we're going to do now here is sin x is equal to, let me take this minus sign inside and we can write as sine of minus pi by 6. You may ask me, so why you have taken minus inside? Because ನಾನು I want to make sure that this particular equation should look like this. ಈ ಕಡೆ sin, ಈ ಕಡೆ sin ಇದೆ. So ಅದೇ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸೋದರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Minus sign ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, that's why I have taken minus sign inside by knowing this particular basics. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬರೆದ್ರು ಕೂಡ it's good. Sin of minus theta is equal to minus sin theta. So now I can easily compare these two which are exactly the same. So I can write x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n. In the place of y they wrote y, so in the place of y I have minus pi by 6, so let me write this as minus pi by 6 where n belongs to z. We can simplify furthermore and you can write this as x equal to n pi, this minus comes here, plus into minus makes minus 1 raised to n into pi by 6 where n belongs to z. So this could be your one more answer. So you have to be very careful in this particular step, my dear friends, because this is, you can understand this only if you know this basics. I have not used minus sign because in the formula there is no minus sign. So you have to be bit careful in this particular step. Where in this case I was not having minus sign, so I just used the formula as it is. So please pause the video to note it down.